Hello world, welcome back to another episode of the AVS show, the show created by an African for Africans. Yes, go ahead and subscribe to our wonderful channel, Mina TV. Go ahead, like, share with your friends, enemies, haters, everybody. Let everybody know about our show. Yes, hi everybody. Hi Lola.
Hi, how are you doing, Charlie?
I'm good. Hi Miss Spitfire.
Hello, how are you?
Yes, and the
man.
man, young icon. How are you?
Good, bro.
Good. Shout out to Yazzie and shout out to Glitterati. We love y'all.
Miss you
but
guys.
today's a new day. We're
Yes,
gonna talk
yes.
about some good topic, and Miss Spitfire is gonna go ahead and introduce the topic.
Okay, so today's topic is on bride price. Our Nigerian author, Chimamanda Adichie, she says she does not believe in bride price. She thinks that the whole idea should be scrapped completely. And so our question for the day is, do you believe that the payment of bride price equals to the ownership of a woman?
Oh. Well, I like this lady sometimes because sometimes she spits good stuff and sometimes too she kind of confuses me. So it's good that we are talking about this topic
Absolutely.
today. So before we dig into it, what is bride price?
Yeah.
Okay, so bride price is the exchange is when a family who intends to marry a female takes money. Well, initially it was labor. They work for the family, and that equals an interest in the female that they want to marry. And then as time went on, it went on to like, it went from labor to money and food items and animals. They will take it to the family to show interest and kind of like, it's actually it's on the customary law. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You take it and then that kind of says, I'm interested. So at that point, you've pretty much said, this woman I want to marry. So anything that happens, say for instance, a lady gets pregnant by somebody else, you who have paid the bride price owns that child.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because now
She's your
She
wife.
belongs
to you.
so that's what the bride price is about.
Okay. And like for what I know about bride price, Nigeria is not the only country
Of course not.
that has that. A lot of Asian countries, Ghana, we do have it as well. So it's a thing that happens, back in the day. It goes way back to our forefathers. But I feel like when they were doing this bride price, their reasoning was a little bit beneficial. Today's world, we have turned it into a completely different thing.
What do you mean by beneficial?
Well, I wasn't there, but I'm just gonna guess that my forefathers or our forefathers were thinking that, oh, you're about to marry my daughter, right? What shows that you're serious about it? Now go bring this item. When you bring this item, then I know how serious you are about it. But for today, many women out there have turned this into like unhealthy competition, right? Because I'm gonna have the best bride price more than you will. I feel like that's how they see it.
No, I don't
No,
agree.
it's
I'm
not.
for it.
It's not in the place of the women to decide.
Right.
It's still in the place of their fathers to decide. But what I really know, to an extent of what I was taught while I was growing up, bride price from my parents' time was to show the value of the woman, not like you're buying her off, though she belongs to you, but it's to show the worth of the woman. So if you're coming to marry a grown woman, possibly the father has sent her to the university, they've spent a lot of money, she's a master degree holder, she might not even have gone to school.
Okay.
But the fact that he raised a beautiful daughter like Lola, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my
So
goodness.
the guy who's coming to marry into that family or marry from that family must prove that he values the woman.
All right, so can I ask
there's
you a
a
question?
list of things he has to do. There has to be food items, animals, drinks. So sometimes in our tradition, when they list those items, it's too cumbersome and they can't get all to the family. So they just write the equivalent of that whatever in money. And it could be 5 naira, it could be 100 naira, it could be 1,000 naira, it could be anything.
Okay.
But
And
it's
then
still
that's how
applicable.
money came into
It's still
it.
applicable today because, like you said, Charlie, like it shows you're interested, like it shows you value her. Because I feel today a lot of guys, they don't want to put in the effort, they don't want to put in the time. Like they just want to say, okay,
They just want to smash.
okay, yes, that.
Yeah.
So they don't even want to get to the point of marriage. So what is the problem with it? Like you're showing you value your future wife.
You kind of answered my question that I wanted to ask you. So the lady cannot reject the items because
The items are not even for the lady. It's for her father and the family, the brothers and everything.
It's for
it
the
goes to
father,
family.
the community.
Right.
See,
The community.
Now, in some places, right? In some tribes, they ask for money and stuff like that. In some tribes, they ask for how much you can endure. So as opposed to bringing bride price, they would probably tell you to stand on coal, on burning coal. They'll probably flog you and see if she's really worth. If she's really worth the stress, if she's really worth the pain, and you're not allowed to cry. So it varies from from tribe to tribe. And also, exactly. But the thing is, back then when it was, which kind of brings me to why Chimamanda is a big topic of discussion, right? Back then it was significant, right? The bride price meant something. What they asked you to bring, like in my mother's household, bride price is 18 naira. Right?
How did your mother come up with that number?
Okay. My mother didn't come up with it. It's been it's been in existence from grandmothers and forefathers behind, right? It's been 18 naira. Now, the thing is, the items that the community ask for, that's where the problem lies. When they calculate the list, on the list you would see things like 3 packs of cigarette, 1 chicken, 3 fowls for the fathers of the bride, or for the people in this clan, 3 sticks of corn for the people in this clan. So it's like you're feeding a whole community. That doesn't even have anything to do with your upbringing. All right?
But what's wrong with that? He's going to be part of that community whenever he marries into it.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you what's wrong with that. Now, for a man to now spend a huge amount of money just to get married to you, not even married, just to pay your bride price. Now, after he's married you, you would hear of instances like the one I'm about to tell you now, of a man who connived with his doctor to take a woman's womb out. And when they asked, he said because she was having too much kids. And he said, no, it's not up to you. He said, I paid for her. I paid her bride price. Therein lies the problem. The fact that you ask for all this money and the man or whomever it is going to marry the woman feels like they are buying you. Because now they pay so much money. Look at those items. They're paying so much money for you just to tell you, I'm interested, I want you. A man could pay that much money. He can buy you a ring that is worth way more than all of that because he wants you. But when the family makes it compulsory that you bring all these things, he thinks he's buying you. Well, and at that point, it's like, when I beat you up, your family can't say nothing. When I take out your womb, your family can't say nothing because at the end of the day, honey, I butt you.
No, I see what you're saying. Like, that's a good point, but I feel they should be separated. Like, he can still put in the effort, show he values his future wife, and still say, okay, I don't own her. Like, like I feel it's 2 separate concepts.
So how do you go about making this happen? Because already it's a problem. There are a lot of instances online of people beating their wives to a pulp, and when they're being asked, they will tell the wife's family, but I paid you. Didn't I pay you for this woman? I did. So don't say nothing when you brought your list. I actually paid but everything on the list.
But do you think that scrapping the whole dowry tradition is still going to make the man not beat the woman and still say he owns that? When a guy buys you a brand new Range Rover that is about 15 million naira, he can still do whatever he wants. That bride price doesn't really stop the men from being abusive. I don't think
we
that's
don't have to scrap it, but we need to renew it. We renew everything else in this country or in other countries, driver's license. I think we need to renew some of the things that were practiced back in the days.
Because
this is sending the wrong message to our girls. It goes back to self-worth, right? Like, how do you stay in a marriage when your husband is doing all of these bad things to you, but you cannot leave because of your bride price?
You see what you just said? Yeah. You see how we put it out. The same bride price is the reason why a lot of times when you hear of domestic violence, the woman can't stand up and go. And even when she does leave, her family tell her, go back
to your
because
husband.
we already collected your bride price and we're not returning it. So go back to your husband's house. Regardless of how much plummeting she's collecting from that man, regardless of how much beating he has to endure, she has to go back. So the question is now, do we amend the customary law that protects bride pricing? Is there a way for them to amend it in such a way that there are some restrictions laid? Even though you pay your bride price, doesn't mean that you're entitled to beating her to a pulp. Some families don't allow that. Don't get me wrong. Some families, even though you paid whatever amount you paid, that ain't got nothing to do with the fact that you're beating our daughter.
I think
and
we
if
should.
you do, I'm taking my daughter from you.
I think we should.
And then some families are really, really rigid when it comes to their customs and their laws where, no, they're not going to allow you come back home, even though he's killing you. So how do we resolve, how do this problem get resolved, or how do we put ideas out to our viewers, letting them know that, okay, there's a way out, there's a little, loophole.
But that's why we have the feminist movement. That's why there's a high rise in the rights of a woman. That's why there's education as well. So men should just be. I don't think scrapping the whole concept of bride price and all is the best, but at least the men should be known that the fact that you honored tradition and you decided to follow the traditional way to marry your wife does not give you the right to own her as a property. She's not a lifeless object that you bought. Right. You understand? You're just observing custom. But that does not give you the right. The custom does not say because you paid all these things, then you can beat her, you can take off her womb, because that's abuse to a woman.
Yeah.
So if the same customary is a court, right? The customary court, if they can put the price of dowry and everything, then also the legal system also has something that protects the right of a woman.
So here's what Chimamanda is saying.
But just because it's a law doesn't mean that people are going to stop doing that. We don't know what's going to happen behind closed doors.
Right.
He's still going to probably do what he wants to do, right? And I feel even this happens in other cultures too. Like in Western culture, a lot of women won't leave because either he's a celebrity or he's rich. Yes. So it's kind of a similar concept.
But who came up with those laws, though? The people that came up with those laws are self-centered. They are people that feel like they are entitled to everything that came up with those laws, which are mostly probably men that surrounded and came up with those laws.
I won't really say that, because remember, before education, before Christianity and Islam made it back to Africa, we actually had our little things set up where we had a tradition.
Women were there making
women were there.
I doubt it.
Do you know that we had female leaders in Africa?
We did.
So what are you saying? You think women didn't have a say? They had let me tell you. You say the Union of Women in I don't know about other places, but in Igbo land, Union of Women have power.
Really?
Yeah, but it came the women
to protect the women actually. The whole idea of bride price came as a means to not commonize the woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? To make sure that you understand that this woman has value, even before education or whatever. There are a lot of knowledge, a lot of training that was bestowed on this lady, and for you to get her in your home to raise your kids or whatever, let us know how much you think you value this lady that you're about to take from our household. That's what it was. And like I said, it wasn't all about money. Initially, it was about labor. It was about how much can you endure.
How strong
like if
are
you can
you
take,
as a man?
how much can you defend this girl when you take her? And then as time advanced, we kind of like went from labor to actual cash. So Chimamanda is saying that she thinks even if they don't scrap it, let them eliminate the whole idea of money completely in bride price. So if you bring in, go back to the list, that the original list, when they tell you bring one kobo and bring maybe one white fowl and bring a bottle of spirits or gin. Keep it simple.
But that time that they were asking for 1 kobo and 5 naira, it was based on the worth and value of money and things then, which is not the same as what it is now. Like a cow then could be like 20,000 naira, but now the cow is like 150,000 naira.
Yeah, but you know how you see what's on the ground. You see kind of things that they ask for.
That's a lot.
Like there's a list actually. There's a list that says you pay for, if the lady has her master's degree, so you're paying for from 1 to 6. You're paying for secondary school, that's college. You're paying for high school. You're paying for college. You're paying for your master's degree. If she has any kind of certificate in training, you're going to pay for that too. You're going to pay for any training that she took in the process. So when, as a man, if I look at this list, they're telling me to pay for everything that this girl has done in her entire life.
You run away.
Not even run away.
No,
when I
feel like you own
when I get to the end of paying all those things, honey, I own you at some point. So you rising it to the point where it's not being seen as being bought.
But let me ask you a question though, because you listed all those fabulous items, right? Who do you blame then if no man is coming to that house to marry you? Because the list is very long and I can afford all of that. But at what point do we factor love in it? Honey, I can afford your bride price, but I love you.
Right.
So at what point do we factor that into it as well?
Love's not enough.
Oh my goodness.
Love's not enough.
Why do you say that?
Love doesn't pay the bills.
Okay.
Tuba of yam will pay the bills.
Well, at least it's food for a few weeks, right?
Yeah, but you're not the one eating it though. It goes
It's
in
not
the
for you.
community.
Okay, but you in that community, right?
No, you're not. Okay,
You're about to get married or from that community.
Say for instance, you stay in the States and you're going home and you and Charlie are going home and you're like, Charlie, come to come to where I'm from, come and pray to do the needful, and you take him home, and they give him this list. Mind you, you don't know anybody in the community. You just went there because that's where you're from, right? And you have to follow law, your customary law. And you go there, and they tell you bring all these things. For people that you don't know, the youths in the the community, the elders in the community, the women in the community, the children in the community, they all have a segment on your
I still don't see an issue with it. What's the problem with helping that community?
You said love is not enough. What is enough? 10 tubers of yam? Like, why did you say love is not enough? I just need to understand.
Well, I'm just saying, love is not enough. Okay, so when you get married, you're just gonna marry someone because you love them. You have to factor in the financial things into it. I mean, because
if somebody loves you, they're gonna try and
Will
be
they?
there for you financially.
because you can love someone and still be lazy and not have a job. Because I see tons of my friends in situations like that. Oh, I love him. I'm not gonna leave him. But he's sitting on the couch and she's working
Playing
2-3
video
jobs.
games every
Yes,
day.
working 2-3 jobs.
For me, I go with the heart because you could come in with all those tuber of yams, those rice,
And a lot of
those
beating in your
expired
blood.
palm oil that you just brought, and you're not treating me well. You know what I mean? I'm a good judge of character. I could read a person.
Really?
You know? Oh yes.
Oh yeah, read me.
I've read all of y'all, but I'm saying, like, they should get to know these men that are coming to get their daughter's hand in marriage. Forget all of those things. Those are all like. No.
Well, they believe
Go
that you
with-
have done
yeah.
that already. For you to get to the point where you come and say, Daddy, Mommy, this is who I want to get married to. They feel like you've vetted him
You've done
already.
your research.
Have you met an African mother? They don't want you to date. Okay?
Dude,
if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend,
my mom is Nigerian and Anambra woman.
your
She's
mom
in the
still thinks
high
you're a
mom.
virgin, by the way, because
Of
your mom,
course
your
I'm
mom
a
doesn't.
virgin.
Hey.
No, I'm a virgin.
Your mom doesn't.
Flash news.
No, it's
Weather-
true.
weather
I mean, we've been in an
forecast.
African household, right? They don't want you to date. Hey, you have a boyfriend, you have a girlfriend. Hey, whoa, my daughter. So how do you get to know somebody if you don't go through that courtship? If you don't go
They
through
don't
that
want
dating?
you to date. They do want you to date. They just don't want you to tell them or give them the notion that you're dating. All right, let's get it right.
Yeah.
Because at some point, when you're 20, they don't want you to date when you're 25. But
They're
then
asking
once
you,
you
when
cross
you're
25,
25,
they're
when are you
asking
leaving
you,
this house?
Where's your husband?
Where is your husband? And you're like, well, mommy, I thought, are you stupid? Did you
Yes.
not know that you're supposed to be trying to make sure that you get your facts together?
And then
So
they start
it's-
telling you,
This person wants
Mr.
likes you.
Mr. Okonta's son
Son
just came back from
from
America.
America.
Would you go and say hi to the family?
Wear something nice. Let us
Wear
go.
something nice.
Yeah.
They're pushing you.
But back to the bride price issue, though, I really think that it's a good idea because we want to maintain our customs and our religion and our values and laws. But I think it's at this point is about time we amend the laws.
I agree to
it.
amendment, though.
What of it?
Yeah, I mean, you could ask for the
What would
things
you
that you
take out?
add.
What would you take out or add to it?
First of all, how about we don't make a list that includes the entire community? How about
Yeah.
that?
The
'Cause
community that probably they didn't like you
they
daughter
don't
anyways.
they don't want you see they don't want to see you win.
Witchcraft.
They don't want to see you win. They don't
Yeah.
want to see you get married. So why am I giving you yam and then give you yam then you not use that yam and do me evil? No.
Oh.
So no yams for you guys.
Yes.
Just how about just
Oh, yeah.
my immediate family? They
Yes.
ask for what they ask for and they make sure that it's known. Chimamanda said that her father asked for a cover. That's what he asked for. He said he wanted it to be significant. That makes sense because it's rare. For you to find one kobo in Nigeria right now is very rare. So for you to find something that significant, it means that my daughter is one in a million. Is
Yeah.
one of a kind.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, that's beautiful if you think about it, yeah.
So like, how about you go back to the basics where it was based on labor, how much can you endure, how much pain can you take for my daughter, as opposed
Yes.
to bringing money.
But you
that
know,
will eventually finish.
In Niger household, money is what is pushed. Because if I tell my mom about a guy, the first thing she says, oh, what does he do?
What does he
Oh.
Right.
Is he a graduate? Does he have a
Exactly.
job? Does he have
Exactly.
money? What car does he drive?
They love lawyers,
They want
doctors.
you to be are you kidding me? They want you to be comfortable. They want to make sure that if you're not able to, he can take care of you. No parent wants to see.
That's where bride price came in.
No parent wants
You
to
have
see
to
their
prove that you
daughter.
can take care of her.
Exactly. Nobody wants to see the daughter that they took care of, provided for, catered for, sheltered, go out and suffer. So they want to be sure that you can provide. But the rate at which the list, it's
going.
a lot.
This is
Well,
what
that's why I
they
said
ask
love's not
for.
enough.
This is what I
Back
would
to the
take out,
point.
okay? I know Peter's watching us. Take the animals out of it, okay? Can we get more vegetables, more fruits, Because it's like,
No.
we are, leave the cows out of this. The
You know,
goats,
Africans
the
love meat.
chickens.
Africans eat meat. We're not vegetarians.
Yes,
So why are you bringing vegetable for? That's an insult
Exactly.
to the family.
And then you educate them. It's, you use every situation as, a learning experience. Inai, take vegetables. They are good in nutrient, the vitamins.
You're not ready
they don't
to
want
marry.
You want cows and goats.
You don't
They
want to
want
marry.
cigarettes
You're
and
not ready.
alcohol. There's cigarettes on the list. They ask for like ridiculous things, like 3 packs of cigarettes, a bottle of schnapp, 1 origin
The eye of
bitters.
a tiger.
Origin bitters.
The tail of a viper. The heart
To
of a
marry a
lion.
woman, and you turn around and wonder why the man would ask the doctor to take out his wife's womb. He bought her. So let's amend the laws.
But
That's extreme situation. That's
Yeah,
an
it
extreme
doesn't happen all
situation.
the time,
No,
but that's
it
terrible.
actually happens a lot of times now. Like there are a
Really?
lot of situations online right now that men are doing things to their wives and saying one man had his wife's tubes tied and said he doesn't want any more kids, right?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's-
and when they questioned him, he said, "That's my property." Men see the women that they paid this exorbitant amount of bride price for as their property.
Well,
they
it's
own them.
2018 and we are not having that. That
Okay.
needs to change. Let us know in the comments your thought on this topic. Bride price, gotta go or gotta stay? We want to hear from you. Until next time, you're watching the ABS show and this is Mina TV. We have to go. Bye.
Thanks for watching, and if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.